episode 6. Let's go.
Hello. Sorry we're not together. It's the first episode we're recording and we're not in the same room.
You have no idea how sad this makes me. I texted
I
Sab
know.
for
It's weird.
She told me last week, she was like, yeah, we're riding Salt the next 2 weeks. I was like, what? And I would sporadically text her being like, dude, I don't know. I'm kind of nervous. Like, should I drive to the Hamptons right now? Just
Yeah, I'm in the Hamptons this weekend. I'm in Chicago next week. So it's jam-packed week for your girl.
Hand. She's looking good.
Yeah, you know, I'm on vacation. I'm not really. I'm more so helping my brother because my brother has an 18-month-old girl who's the most perfect little kid in the world. But having a little toddler running around, you need an extra set of hands. So I'm not a Hamptons girly by any means, but for this week I am.
I just want to reference too. I told Nick this that we were doing this. I have my notes on my phone, so I'm not not paying attention when I'm on my phone.
Yeah,
it's reading my notes.
No printouts today. Eco-friendly podcast.
Except for our laminated ad read.
Of course. Why don't you just jump in now that we're talking about it?
Yeah, of course. Presented by Playback. Watching sports is more fun with others, but we spend too much of our time watching alone. Playback is a virtual space where communities can stream live sports together with everyone perfectly synced up. Creators can hop on stage, deliver their own play-by-play analysts and commentary, and invite viewers up for Q&A. Playback makes watching sports fully interactive and a social experiment. I was literally about to say I'm doing this ad read so fucking good too. Playback makes watching sports fully interactive and a social experience. From playing sports, repping your favorite players and teams, and watching the commentaries and communities you care about. Win or lose, sports are best enjoyed together. Join our community by going to playback.tv/ETB network to find out more, including our live stream schedule.
And I think Kelsey and I are about to be getting in on the schedule, so be on the lookout for notification on all of that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In other news, thank you for watching Game Changers. Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're in the right spot. If you don't know where to find it, please go to youtube.com/network.
Please go to YouTube and look at our faces.
Yes, so you can see us not sitting in the same room, just in boxes next to each other.
I know.
You can also follow us on social media at GameChangersETB, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Am I missing any other ones? I don't think so. Those are the main ones.
It's called X, babe.
Whatever. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. X, Twitter, whatever you choose to call it. All right. Well, happy episode 6. You know, we out here,
guys. It is Olympics,
USA.
This is the season of the Olympics, which is my favorite time of the year.
Oh yeah, the Olympics are so much fun. But before we talk about the Olympics, we got a lot of WNBA news we got to talk about.
Yep.
You ready?
Yeah. Want me to jump in first?
Yeah. You start the jump, and I'll go right after.
Is it? I'm gonna mispronounce the first name though.
No, you're not. Not that attitude. We'll start with the fact that it's a WNBA All-Star Weekend recap because we didn't talk too much about it last week because we had way more important things to talk about on our podcast last week with our guest Scout. So
with our gout, we all have fucking gout.
With our guest Scout.
I've heard gout's wicked painful.
Yeah, I don't want to experience it personally. But if you haven't seen episode 5, please go watch it because it was a good one. Scout's incredible. But because of that, we didn't really have any time to talk about the All-Star game because the All-Star game hadn't happened yet. And now it happened. So here we go. All-Star Weekend. What do you got?
Is it pronounced Alicia? Because it's spelled Alisha.
I might have typed it wrong. I don't know.
Okay. Alicia Gray is the first player to win 3-point competition and the skills comp in the same night.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know if you've seen any clips about it, but everybody's going nuts for her, which she deserves.
No, yeah, she eats that up. The WNBA
would eat that.
All-Star beat Team USA 117-109.
Yeah, unbelievably close game. And then
I know.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, we're sending this team to Paris." They just lost to the WNBA All-Stars. Huh?
Well, I mean, that makes sense because everyone's pissed. Not everyone, but like a lot of people are upset about who and how is going to Paris for
yeah.
women's basketball.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark sets rookie record for most assists in an All-Star game, and Angel Reese recorded a double-double. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Who's shocked? Who's
Not
shocked?
me.
Not us.
Me. This one I'm definitely gonna mess up.
You want me to just say it?
Yeah, you say the name.
All right. Arike Angabale was named the MVP.
Yeah, thank God you took that.
And Arike was so good in college. I don't know if you've seen any of her highlights, but Arike was so good in college. And she's so good in the WNBA. So obviously it makes sense. And I think, if I remember correctly, she didn't have any points in the first half of the game. Like, she scored all of her points in the second half of the All-Star game.
She said second half team, second half me.
So true. The All-Star game was a lot of fun to watch, and all of like the social clips that have come out and stuff from it. The WNBA is just like in a good spot. Very happy with the season they're having. I think is like we haven't seen anything like it yet, and so a lot of it is like they're just balling and getting the recognition they deserve. And people are showing up to watch women's sports, which I think arguably is the most important thing. That these women are finally getting the recognition that they've been needing and deserving for so long.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
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 So the WNBA will expand regular season from 40 games to 44 games. Whoa.
Woo. Listen, that'll be good.
I think that's so great because I am someone, like, again, we're talking the WNBA versus prep school lacrosse, but, like, I want more games. I always want more games.
Yeah. More opportunity to be better.
Exactly. Like, practices are great and all, and you can only do so much for practice, but, like, I'm just so competitive. I want them all.
Yeah.
I can't.
And I think it's also good because the WNBA is going to start expanding and having more teams. So if you have more teams, you need to have more games. So exactly. It's good to just kind of start having the calendar be longer, I guess, essentially. But happy for them, I don't know the last time off the top of my head when they've expanded their schedule, but I think it also, again, like I was just talking about, comes with like the fact that like so many more people are watching and caring about it. So more people are watching, and
women's sports is taking over. We're on the map.
It's on the upward trajectory.
That indeed it is.
Mm-hmm.
And this expansion is happening in 2025. So next year, which will be kind of tough. This
next
time
season,
year, they're gonna be balling
more games, and it might only be 4 more games, but like it's more games. Just who's gonna be mad at that?
Exactly, it's 4 games. Get over it. This is crazy. The WNBA secures an 11-year, $2.2 billion
with a B
billion media rights deal. Holy
yeah.
shoot. You know what a girl
We're talking about that upward trajectory. It's just going and going and going.
You know this what comes with $2.2 billion?
What would you do with $2.2 billion?
I always, I think about this frequently. And it doesn't even be like, I just think like, you know what I would do even just like with $10,000? Like, you ever just like, the first thing I would do is I'd pay off all my student loans because those sit heavy over me. And then I'd probably buy a new car. Well, and I'd buy my mom a new car first. All right, no, let me rephrase. How much money do I have? If you give me $1 million, I will pay off.
You keep changing the numbers here. We started with $2 billion, we went to $10K, and now we're back to $1 million.
If you give me 100, no, I need $1 million. I know, right? If you give me $500,000, I would pay off my student loans and probably pay off the rest of my parents' mortgage. Why are we going like this?
I'm counting them. What your items? What you're doing with your money?
Pay off the mortgage on my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would get me a new car, my mom a new car, and then I'd probably donate to like the Relay for Life or some shit.
Boom. Easy.
Boom. Do you want me to read what Nick wrote? Oh, going back to the book. Enough
You
of
don't
me.
want to know what I would. You don't know what I would want to do.
I
if
actually
had
really
enough
do
money?
want to know what you do because you don't have loans.
Okay, don't put me on blast like that.
I'm just
Sorry,
jealous.
I don't have loans.
I'm just
Okay.
jealous.
What would I do with that money? I probably would give some to my parents because my parents deserve it for putting up with me. I'd probably do something for like my sisters and my brother and like my nieces. Like I just like take care of my family.
Mhm.
I probably donate to charity. Probably some athlete ally like we talked about last pod, or like cancer research probably.
Mhm.
And then I don't know, buy a second house. Like a beach house.
One more?
One more thing. Huh. I would start my own youth sports group and we have so many teams and we'd be very good.
That'd be good. You wouldn't buy Jay a fat ring?
Well, I'd hope I'd have the ring. Like we'd already be together and married.
Oh, fair, fair.
I don't. She
Okay.
doesn't need to marry me. She's got to marry me before I'm rich. You know what I mean? I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
want her to
that-
marry me because I've got $2.2 billion in the bank.
Well, she's already been with you, so
Yeah, so
you're in.
she knows me when I have nowhere near 2.2 billion in the bank. So she's
Yeah, she's chilling.
she's got to stay with me the whole time.
So,
So yeah,
going back to before to the 2.2
to the
billion.
actual news of the podcast.
Yeah, the last deal was 50 million a year, and this new WNBA deal is now over 200 million a year. Plus, there is reports that the WNBA has potential for 2 more TV deals for an extra 60 million. Holy crap, those are big numbers.
And this also comes with the NBA signing their new contract as well, because the NBA and the WNBA act together. But they deserve this money. Like it's like a lot of people were talking about ESPN's deal to cover like college sports that happened a couple months ago, and how a lot of people were a little shocked that women's college basketball didn't have its own like broadcast deal separate from this other deal that they had signed, because obviously everybody watches women's basketball and women's basketball is so popular. So it's nice to see that they're going to get this big deal and they're all going to get this big fat paycheck. And I think it proves like nobody can make the argument anymore that like nobody watches the WNBA or nobody watches women's sports, because that's not true. The proof is in that $2.2 billion.
The proof is in the billion.
With the B. Billion with a B. Unreal. So happy for them.
Yeah. All right, moving on.
Next set of
The Olympic
news.
ceremony is happening.
Oh, we're right into it. We're in the focus now. We're zooming through this episode. That's what happens when we're not sitting together, because we don't get distracted as much.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm boring. Like I feel like today I'm boring.
They're gonna be like, "Wow, they both don't have ADHD today. This is crazy."
I know, because we can actually focus because we're not sitting next to each other.
I'm so sad.
Also,
I
sorry
missed
if I
you.
sound horrible. I miss you too. I'm sorry if I sound horrible. I am getting over the worst sinus infection of my life.
Yeah, okay.
Straight up of my life.
Backtrack to that real quick. Because
I have
last
some Gatorade.
episode,
Have some Gatorade with me.
I just finished mine already. Bitch was thirsty. What of it?
Whatever.
So basically, Mackenzie fucking sucks. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, whoa, please. I still
I'm
offered,
mad
like I
because
still
called
pulled
her
through.
Mackenzie.
Yeah, I still was gonna pull through for you. I want you to know this, but you can tell them.
What do you
The
mean you're gonna pull
situation.
through?
I would have drove you up to Massachusetts and then just turn around. I straight
No
up would
way!
yeah, I would have.
Okay, so basically, last episode we had like our last tournament of the summer season. It was like, oh, so sad, blah 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 blah. And Sav and I and Scott were like, we're gonna vlog, we're gonna do this, we're gonna have the time of our lives, so much fun. I get a message after waking up
Friday
morning.
Friday morning. The
Yeah,
day we're
Friday
supposed to
morning.
do the tournament.
My shit's
my
packed
team
up,
had
like,
games on
beforehand.
Friday morning.
Yes. she said, we're leaving at this time. I wake up, I get up, I'm like, we're good. I go, I pee, I look at my phone. Sav goes, I don't feel good. I said, okay. And what's crazy is, mind you, my mom actually came into my room because I slept home because that's where all my bags were. And, oh my God.
Now you have the sickness.
No. Ugh. My mom came into my room and she was just like, open your windows. And I was like, no, I'm not opening my window. Put the air on. She was like, no, it's nice outside. And I was like, no, stop. My throat hurts. And she was like, you're fine. And then literally, Sav sends a message and she was just like, I have a throat. My throat hurts. I have a headache.
I had the worst headache of my life. Every time I stood up,
she
I
had
thought
a
I was going to throw
fever.
up. Yeah, I didn't have a fever. Just a little one.
And so I was like, oh shit. So I was like, I went from, I didn't have to coach until Saturday.
The next day, yeah.
But I was like, I'll go up Friday with Sav and, we'll do, like, my hat's crooked.
No, I think you're fine. I think you're overthinking it.
Thanks. It's just because it's flipped. Yeah. Anyway, so I was like, oh, me and Sav are going to have fun. We'll vlog. And, like, mind you, like, Sav and I talked the night beforehand, and she was like, I just picked up snackies for us. Like, we were committed.
Yeah. I was ready to go.
I even started the vlog of me packing. I was like, this is me packing.
I know. I felt so bad. I was like, we can't vlog now. We don't have extra content.
And then it was, okay. And mind you, I'm fine. I love driving. I do. I really, really do like driving. However, anyone that drives a Wrangler knows that driving long distance is not it. Anyone that also has a Wrangler probably knows what death wobble is. Basically, is when your steering wheel goes as you're driving. So I was like, I have to now take my Wrangler to Devon's, Mass, and I was like, this part I thought,
and that's like a 2.5 hour drive. Yeah.
Yeah. It was 2.5. And I woke up and I was just like, all right, I'm gonna have to get going. And then
I know, I felt so bad, dude. I felt so bad because here's the thing. I don't really ever give anybody a ride, but I was so excited to give you a ride and like drive up together. And then I was also like, I know you're having
it's gonna be so much fun.
And I knew you were having car problems, so I was like, I'm not gonna make her drive her car up. Sorry, I just dropped my microphone. I wasn't gonna make her drive her car up. And I just like, I woke up and I felt horrible. And then I texted Scout and I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I could probably still come. I just like, it was the worst headache I've ever had in my life. I like was down for the count. Couldn't do it. And then over the next couple of days, it got so much worse. Like, I had developed the world's worst cough. I sounded horrible. I still sound horrible. I have antibiotics. The pills are like this big, and I'm a terrible pill taker, which is why I have a Gatorade bottle. Because here's a fun fact: I can't take pills with like normal water like this because my bottle has a straw, so I don't get enough like liquid in my mouth.
Undo the straw, stupid.
Okay, you're right, but listen to me. So the Gatorade bottle has a really wide top, so I can like just chug it and like not choke on a pill because I'm so bad at taking pills.
You sound so nasally.
I'm a little sick.
Well, anyway, what I thought was funny throughout this whole process is she's texting me. I call John, another coach, and I'm like, hey, can I maybe come with you? He's like, you can come with me, but you actually won't be able to, he's like, we won't be able to, see, I won't be able to get there essentially until like 10 o'clock at night. And I was like, fuck, that's not going to work because I should probably go and help Scout. And then
because I won't be there.
I'm texting Scout and I'm like, all right, I'm on my way. This bitch wasn't up. Like, I literally even said when Sav was texting me, I was like, they don't have a game until I think your game.
Our game was at like noon.
Yeah, and I had to be there at like 11:15, and I knew Scout got there the night beforehand.
Night, yeah.
That was there Thursday, and so I was like, oh, her ass is asleep. Like, she has no drive. She's there. And she literally sent a message afterwards. She was like, sorry, I was asleep. Okay, sounds good. And I literally even texted Sav. I was like, let me just push a message through to Scott right now that I'm on my way because she's going to have the panic of opening your message and then wondering who's coming. So I was like, let me just tell her I'm coming. I texted her dad, who's the director, and I was like, I'm on my way. And it actually ended up being
I
really
texted
good.
him and I was like, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. Like, I can't come. Like, I just felt, he was like, nah, don't even worry about it. I was like, I'm so sorry. I can't be there. It was bad. I was down bad this weekend. Like, real bad. And I'm recovering. I'm getting better.
Yeah. But no, that tournament was a lot of fun. They had like this whole separate showcase for the kids that wanted the extra work in front of college coaches. So I literally coached year 2 games, and then I went to the hotel, showered because I was sweating.
Yeah.
I was sweating. Showered, checked in, did my thing, then went to the other showcase, and then went to there's this really cool place called like Kimball Farms where they had like good food and ice cream.
There you go.
That
Easy.
And then I hung out with my mom group, so I was chilling.
We have a good time. Well, I'm glad it worked out for you.
Thanks, man. You got to be there in the fall.
Yeah, I don't know what my fall plans are yet. I don't think that far in advance.
Well, you should get on that. Anyway.
Ultimatum.
Huh?
Yeah. Nothing. You gave me a little bit of an ultimatum that I have to be there in the fall.
Do you not want to be?
No, of course I want to be. But what if I don't know, my birthday's in the fall. What if I'm away for my birthday?
What's your birthday?
September 7th.
I'm
a Virgo.
September 7th?
Yeah, I'm a Virgo. Can you tell?
That's a Saturday.
I feel like I'm very type A Virgo. Yeah, it is a Saturday.
Savs. How old are you turning? Like what, 25?
The big old 25.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. My dad wants to go to a Red Sox game. He wants to go to Fenway.
Ooh.
Apparently on my brother's 25th birthday, they went to Fenway and they sat in the Green Monster, but also like Green Monster tickets 25 years ago were probably so much cheaper.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Anyways.
Anyway, back to the Olympics.
Back to the pod.
Yapping.
Enough of us catching up. It's because we didn't get to have our little girl talk.
Yeah, normally we always do GT and we try to meet like an hour beforehand. We get it all out. This way, like, the energy's up and we're going. That's why we're all like, sad. Bestie's not here. Okay.
Anyways.
The Olympic ceremony is
Olympics! USA! 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 USA. So, Olympics started this week.
Yeah, they've been started.
They've been happening.
They've been going on.
Not too much though has started. It will start to pick up.
Yeah.
Now that the opening ceremonies are done and over with.
Mm-hmm.
Coco Gauff as a flag bearer, love.
LeBron James.
I mean, I think it's fine. I know our producer Nick has other thoughts, but I mean, like, LeBron's whatever.
I don't love.
You don't love it either? That's okay.
Would they ever make someone who's like, well, no, Coco Gauff's not that tall.
I don't think being a flag bearer requirement is you have to be tall.
I just don't love that it's him, but I could probably see why they made it him because probably in their eyes, they're probably like, okay, he's been to the Olympics X amount of times, and this is probably his last time going.
Yeah. But then on the same token, it could have been Diana Taurasi. This is her last Olympics. She said so.
No, yeah, you're so dead ass.
Why can't it be 2 women? Huh?
Oh,
IOC.
Hit him with it.
IOC, you got some questions to answer.
I am just pissed at the fact that Bronny James is probably in Paris right now. Vibing.
Well, we're not here to talk about Bronny James. He doesn't play women's sports.
No, you're so right, but okay.
Yeah, he gets to have his little tourism tour, and then we're here. We're the American people here working, recording.
I love that there's a lot of people in the women's journalism-esque world that are at the Olympics. Like, did you see that Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy is at Paris for the Olympics, and she's just going to be like interviewing like women like athletes, which I think is like the
good for her
thing.
Yeah, I did see a couple of people from TikTok also are on there. I know this is I don't know his name or anything, but he does a lot of surfing content. So he's in Tahiti. I always say tahini or Tahiti, but I think it's Tahiti.
I don't know.
Tahini is like the sauce on like really good
Tahine?
Mediterranean food. No, that's not what I'm talking about. Never mind. I think it's Tahiti. I'm gonna look like an asshole if I'm wrong, but that's where they're doing the surfing part of the Olympics because there's no waves and ocean in France or in Paris.
Paris.
In Paris, so they're doing it there. He's the surfing correspondent, which I think is cool. Giving somebody who knows a lot about surfing, who is like a
Dude, if
influencer
you
or whatnot.
here right now, bow. This is a full minute.
Yeah, look at you.
Anyway, they have one of my favorite interviewer people ever, like woman sport, body positivity, Victoria Garrick Brown. Is she's there as well. She was just posting on her Instagram, and I think that's so sick. She does the whole real pod, mental health, body image. She played volleyball at USC, so I'm sure she's hype for the volleyball
Yeah,
part.
it's a lot of fun. What are some things, Kels, for this Olympics that you're most excited to see? You can't say gymnastics because everybody knows you're excited for gymnastics. You gotta hit us with something else.
Gymnastics.
I just told you can't say gymnastics.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm hyped for gymnastics. I'm hyped for swimming. I am hyped for breakdancing.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I'm excited to see how it goes.
I'm also really excited for rugby because there's a women's rugby player who's gone to several Olympics, I think now, and she played at Quinnipiac.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. What are you excited for? You can't say soccer.
And I won't.
Soccer.
No, I'm excited for track. I really like watching track and field. So I'm excited to watch that. And plus I think track is like one of the sports where there's so many athletes. So like they have so many, like you can watch track every single day until the end of the Olympics, basically, like from the start to the end, which I think is fun. Swimming is always exciting to watch just because I don't know, they just go like so fast. It's so loud in there. I also really like to watch diving. I think diving is very entertaining.
Ooh, synchronize.
Yeah, I think diving's really entertaining. I could never do it. I'd be too scared. But
I'm scared.
I think that's a lot of fun. What else am I excited for? I think I'm excited just because, like, I don't know. The Olympics, obviously, the last time they did it was during COVID, so they didn't get to have, like, I feel like the Olympics, like, didn't have their moment almost last time because nobody could go. And, like, you know, quarantining was so strict and, like, the rules were strict and everything. So I'm happy that, like, the athletes who are there now get to have, like, their own, like, they get to have kind of like a real Olympics feeling. So, like, even if they're yeah, and even if they're like 2-time Olympians now, like, you know, you have something to compare your Olympic experiences, which I think is going to be a lot of fun. Also, I mean, I've never been to Paris, but I'm sure that, like, Paris is an incredible city with, like, so much history and, like, just, like, so much stuff to see and do. And I mean, I don't know how much time they get to spend outside of the like Olympic Village, but, like, I would definitely go to, like, some museums, do some sightseeing on my free time. Again, I don't know how much free time they have. Paris is a cool city, so I think I'm just excited to, like, watch it all unfold. And I think, like, I don't know, I think every 4 years when the Summer Olympics happen, like, I have a different appreciation for it because growing up, like, I know 4 years seems so long, but now 4 years is, like, so short. So, like, you know, when the Olympics come around, it's just, like, every time it just gets more exciting. And, like, there's new things added, like surfing or breakdancing or skateboarding or, you know, whatever else. And it's just exciting to see it grow. We'll see lacrosse in 4 more years, which I think is incredible. Not talking about that yet. We'll talk about that in 4 years. But I just love the Olympics. Like, I think the Olympics, and I think, like, everybody that feels this way, like, there's not many moments, I think, these days in our lives where you get to really feel like you have, like, national pride. You know what I mean? But, like, I'm so excited to watch Team USA and see them tear it up. You make me happy.
I completely agree. I think what I love about the Olympics the most is, and I would say not always just with the Olympics, but like a lot of times with sports. Like obviously there's politics and everything, but you know, sometimes the big wins, like you kind of just put the politics aside and you're just happy for them. And like
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
Olympics, I feel like is one of those things. Like when you see people at the podium, no matter if they're from, you know, Jamaica, USA, or Italy, or China, or wherever they're from, when they hear their song and they're crying on that podium, it's I get chills just thinking about it. I'm like, because you know they're putting their heart and soul into it, and they have worked so hard, and they're probably just like, okay, this is my moment. Like I did it. And I think that's one of the really big things where people get to recognize that, like, you know, we're all human.
Mm-hmm.
We're all working.
Exactly. Another thing I'm excited about: beach volleyball. Love a good beach volleyball moment. And skateboarding. Skateboarding
Oh
is like
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any like Olympic memories? Like when you think of the Olympics, like what's the thing you think about?
For me, it was probably the 2016 Rio Olympics, and I just remember being obsessed with USA and what was happening, and like for the Olympics because I don't know why. So the other Olympics before 2016 was 2012, and I was 11 years old, and I just don't think I appreciated it as much. Like I really don't even like remember I don't remember the Olympics then or the time beforehand. Like I don't. But 2016, I was like just like my family was watching the Olympics. I was glued to it. I was like, let's see, 2016, I was 15. I was like prime working.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was coming off summer lacrosse. Like I was working out all the time and I was just eating it up. And I remember just always feeling so motivated after watching the Olympics. Like I'm always just like, I'm going to go run and do whatever now because, you know, you see them do it and like you could see the success that they have. So I remember that. And what else do I remember? I remember not watching as much as I wanted to in 2020.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was just like also super hard to watch in 2020 because Tokyo is like so like the time zone.
It was so
change.
reversed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like at least Paris is like I think 6 or 7 hours difference. But Tokyo is like 12 or 13, I think. I think for me, when I think about the Olympics, I have this one memory. I believe it was the London Olympics. When the US women's national team lost in PKs to Sweden. I just like always remember it because Hope Solo was in goal. And like Hope Solo, this was before she got a little crazy, I think. Actually, I don't really know. Hope Solo's crazy timeline is we could talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they lost in PKs to Sweden. And it was also a big deal because Sweden's coach was the old US coach. And I think that was also kind of a like a lot of people, you know, myself included, put the US women's national team on a pedestal for so long. But I do low key think that was one moment where I was like, yeah, the other countries in the world are getting good at women's soccer.
That's funny.
But I think it was London. I could be completely wrong. It was just one game. But yeah, they lost. And I think maybe it wasn't London, but I think they had to play for the bronze medal instead. Or maybe it was the gold medal game and they got silver. But they medaled because that's who they are. But yeah, excited for the Olympics. Just excited, you know, to watch, make some new memories.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be good. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
So in terms of Olympic sports and things that have already happened, the U.S. women's national team has already played.
Yeah,
they
boy.
won their opening match against Zambia 3-0. So go U.S. women's national team.
Did
my
you
brother,
watch it?
who I'm, of course, I watched it with my brother and my niece and my brother's wife. And my niece is obsessed with like balls. Like she loves to pick them up and throw them. And so she'll go ball, ball every time the ball came on the TV. It was really cute.
And you were like, yeah, that is ball.
Yeah. I was like, the ball's number one fan is watching. I hope the ball knows. Number one ball fan is my
It's in the
niece.
Hamptons.
Is in the Hamptons at the moment. Not when you see this, but
Yeah.
at this time she is.
That's
Yeah,
so
they won
sad.
3-0 against Zambia. My brother thinks they should have won by more because the U.S. Women's National Team is in a pretty tough group. Their
Mhm.
group is themselves in Zambia and then Australia and Germany. And Germany beat Australia 3-0. So Australia whenever the Australia and the United States play, that's going to be a really interesting game.
Yeah.
Because even if the United States, in a perfect world, the United States wins all of their group matches, if they don't, it'll come down to goal differential.
Mhm.
So, like, if they have the same record as Germany or any other team, it's just going to come down to their goal differential. And so it is important to score, but also, like, you don't want to embarrass somebody in the Olympics, I don't think.
No, yeah, of course.
And the game was interesting because they had so many opportunities like super early, like first minute of the game they had a shot on net, but they didn't score until like I think Trinity Rodman scored in like the 17th minute, and then Mallory Swanson scored in the 24th and the 25th. But there was also Zambia had a red card. And it was originally a yellow, and then it got upgraded to a red after like video review. But can you imagine you get to the Olympics and like this would happen to me. Like you get to the Olympics, you just make like one play that's like a little too aggressive. You get a red card and you're out. It's like, come on, man. Let me play. I'm at the Olympics.
So is she out for all of the rest of the games?
No, I believe the way the
next?
red card, yeah, it'll just be this game and then the next one.
That's how it is in lacrosse. It's the same thing.
Yeah, so sucks for that, but it is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
Actually, I don't know if
They could have definitely played better, but like I'm also like not mad. I'm not mad at all. They looked a lot better than they looked in the World Cup.
Well, we'll take what we can get then.
And take what we can get for a little dub.
Yeah, boy.
But a bunch of women's teams played. But obviously we kind of only really care about the United States. Sorry to the other countries. We just love America.
Big American people.
And on top of this, another day, Kels, another scandal.
Another day, another drama.
Another day, another drama.
Sav sent me this, and then I was. Oh, I'll just give them the rundown. Sav sent me this, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is not gonna be good." And then I followed it.
Unfolded really fast.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's the Olympics. They're obviously gonna be on that shit. They're probably like, nope, can't do that. And then I was like, oh shit. And then I sent an update, and then she sent an update, and then she sent me an update last night, and she was like, as of last night. I was like, damn. So let's get into it.
We gotta mention it. So let's do it. I'll give you the facts.
Okay, you go first. Then.
Or do you want to give the facts?
You can go.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
No, you can. You give the facts.
I'm kidding. Go.
All right. So this happened earlier.
Or what did it go? It was like, were you silent or were you silenced?
Oh, is that how you feel? Are you about to report me for a toxic work environment?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good.
I don't think
because
I'd
be really sad.
To you?
No.
I look forward to this.
I just didn't know your feelings. I don't want to make you upset.
I don't have feelings.
Shut up.
Me, the most sensitive person.
You're like, I don't have feelings.
Yeah, me crying all the time. But you'll never see me cry. I always cry in my little dark rooms.
Oh, God. Well, I'm here for you. If you ever need to cry in front of somebody for whatever reason, I'm that person for you.
To see me cry because I'm the type of person where I don't cry, and then when I do go to cry, it's like 4 months of tears coming out.
That's all right. That happens.
Anyway.
Yeah, before we start, we got weird vibes. I don't like the not sitting with you. Like
I don't like it either. Weird. I don't like it either.
Vibes are weird.
I need you next to me. I'm scared.
I'm sorry. This week and next week I can't.
Yeah, Sav's out here living large.
I have a life.
Are you leaving?
I straight up have a life.
I clearly don't. All I do is just work. Are you
Yeah, well, it
leaving
helps that
from
I
New
don't have a
York
job.
straight to Chicago?
No, I'm coming home from New York tomorrow, and then on Sunday I'm flying out. But I'm flying out from Connecticut.
Oh, so you're home tomorrow, and then this Sunday you're going.
Yeah, I'm basically home for like almost 24 hours, and then I'm flying out.
Womp
My
womp.
flight leaves in the afternoon. Womp womp.
How long is the flight to Chicago?
Depends. It's never more than like 2 hours. It's like an hour and a half to like
Oh,
sometimes it's like
same shit as if you're going
2
like
and
Florida.
2:12. It's shorter than Florida.
I don't know why. Every time everyone's like, "Oh, Florida's so quick, it's so short." Every time I go to Florida, I'm
Florida's like a 3.5 hour flight.
dude, I'm always expecting Florida to just like cruise on by, and it's never fucking does. Pisses me off.
Those Florida airwaves. You get the wind going the wrong way or something. I don't know. Anyways, here's the drama.
Anyway, here's the scandal for you. Canada
Here's the
fucking blew
scandal.
it.
Canada blew it. All right. So basically on Tuesday, Team Canada had practice. New Zealand had practice. Canada and New Zealand were going to play each other in their first round game, or their like first round of the group game. So New Zealand, while they were practicing, filed a formal complaint to the IOC because they were alleging that somebody from Team Canada was spying on their practice with a drone. Somebody flew a drone over their practice.
How
So
did
that
you
was step
not
one, phase one.
expect that someone would fucking realize, like,
Or like see it? Like I feel like a drone is low key like so noticeable because like
obviously
they're not
everything
invisible.
is a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a fucking drone.
Yeah. So that happens, and then Canada's Olympic Committee, like immediately after the news came out, apologized for the incident and said that they sent home non-accredited analyst, which I'm not sure what that means.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Joseph Lombardi, and his direct supervisor, Jasmine Mandor, home from the Olympics and removed them from Team Canada. So it came out that Joseph was the guy who actually flew the drone over, but I'm assuming because of this, the way they phrased it, that he was asked to fly the drone by this Jasmine person. But that basically like in the same day, essentially.
Yep.
And then also the French police arrested Lombardi and charged him with flying an unmanned aircraft over a prohibited area, and he received a suspended jail sentence of 8 months. So, yeah, can't just like fly a drone
Oh no,
over something. Not really allowed.
And then the head coach of Canada told the media that she was voluntarily withdrawing from their game yesterday, which was Thursday, in the spirit of accountability. And on Thursday, Canada Olympic Committee said that the Priestman was removed from the country's Olympic team over the incident.
Yeah, so Bev Priestman, who like I don't know much about her or really Team Canada, but like Team Canada's kind of been on the up and up for quite some time. They won the gold medal at the last Olympics, which I think is really important to note. They won the gold medal in Tokyo. But yeah, she said, in the spirit of accountability, I do this with the interests of both teams in mind and ensure everyone feels that the sportsmanship of this game is upheld. But yeah, so that's the drama. And then yeah, she was sent home and suspended from the team. I don't really like know what to kind of make of it, just because like
were they just expecting to pick up plays or like who they're
like I don't know.
Like,
but it's also like you can just watch film.
No, dead ass. That's why I'm just like, why would you do that? I'm also very curious, like, okay, so that person, Jasmine, told that other person, but then like, who'd she get the idea from?
Yeah, and how did they get the drone? Like, whose drone is it? Like, does it belong to Team Canada?
Drone to them, something in Paris.
Yeah.
That's sus.
And also, like, you have to have, like, a license to fly a drone. Or, like, a permit or whatever. So it's like, does somebody have the license to do it?
Dude.
I don't know. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah,
Kansas
literally.
Soccer Chiefs executive Kelvin Blue wrote in a statement that head coach Bev Priceman has been removed from the position of the balance of the Olympic tournament. Blue wrote that the federation had obtained new information regarding previous drone use against opponents that predates the 2024 Olympics.
Okay, so this has kind of been their game. This has been their thing.
Yeah.
Flying the drone over. That's so weird. Like, just
Can't do
do
that.
your homework. Like, just watch
You
film.
can't do that. You can't do that.
Yeah, it's just like just do your homework. Like, just watch film. Like, yeah, you can't. Watching film doesn't prepare you for like everything that the team's gonna have, but like you'll have a good idea of like
But at
who's
that
out
point,
there.
like, I feel like it's such a slap in the face. Like, you need to like cheat. Like, just trust your team at that point. Like, clearly you're not feeling prepared. You showed your cards so much by doing that.
And we've also got staff and contractors connected to the men's national team of Canada. Have also filmed closed training sessions of competitors. One of the sources told TSN, adding that Canada used a drone to record a U.S. training session before a November 15th, 2019 game in Florida. The U.S. won that game 4-1. So, like, shout out to the United States.
Yep.
Because we don't cheat to win all the time. In some sports, we do. In some sports, there's some cheating. But overall, we don't need to cheat. We're just that good. So yeah, I don't really know what to make of it. I think it's a little silly, personally. I do think it's the right call though, like removing them and the coach. I think the coach had the good idea of being like, I'm not going to coach in our first game to kind of hold myself accountable and like hold, the system of coaches accountable. But I also think her getting sent home was probably the right call as well. I don't know. The Olympics is just like such a historic thing that like I don't know. When people think about the Olympics, I feel like
there should be no gray area allowed in the Olympics.
Yeah, for sure. Just because but also it's like, why do you need to cheat? Like that, it just comes back to like, what's the need?
No, I hear you. I completely
like. Are you just like so nervous to play New Zealand that you don't know what to do and how to, like, was there no film and like in desperate times calls for desperate measures type thing? Like, is that the situation we're in? I don't know. I don't own a drone, so I can never be in this position. It's just it's just silly, but bound to happen. Something had to happen.
Something had to give.
So yeah, Canada lost that game, or no, Canada won that game. Sorry, I got my scores backwards for a minute. Canada beat New Zealand 2-1. Whether or not there was help from the drone, no clue. Some other good scores. Germany beat Australia, who are in the United States bracket. Spain, who are the Women's World Cup winners, they beat Japan 2-1, and France, obviously the hosts of the Olympics, beat Colombia 3-2. So, had some good games the other day.
Did indeed have some good games the other day, which is nice.
Yeah, really so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this drone situation plays out, or if anybody else says anything. Like, I'd love to hear from that, like, Joseph guy or Jasmine person, just because, like, somebody had to tell him to do it, and somebody had to tell her to tell him to do it.
Agreed.
It's like sign stealing.
Well, guys.
I mean, we got some other stuff to talk about, I'm sure. We just talk about us. Because this is a short one. Because, not a lot of Olympics have happened yet. But, like, I don't know. We can't leave them on a 50-minute episode. That's too short, man.
50?
Our fans deserve more.
Last time we were an hour. Normally we're supposed to be, like, 45.
No, we're not. We can be anywhere between 45 and an hour.
Oh, shit. Y'all want to hear us?
But 45 is a little short. Yeah, what are you doing the rest of the day?
The rest of the day, let's see. I have to watch my neighbor's cats, which is just feed them. I don't fuck with cats. I was going to work out, and I honestly had intentions of working out. But, however, Chipotle sounds really good right now.
Chipotle does sound real good.
And part of me is like, do I just get Chipotle and then just chill? Because I don't know why, but I'm just exhausted today. I think it's because my mind my mind hasn't fully comprehended that I'm done coaching for like 2 weeks right now, and then I'm just gonna pick it up again. But like my body is like so freaking tired. Like I was telling someone, like we like the coaches said goodbye to each other last night at dinner. Goodbye to each other.
Which
We're
is so
dramatic.
sweet. Wish I was there.
We're so dramatic. We're like, we said goodbye to each other. We'll see each. We're literally seeing each other in 3 weeks. But we said goodbye to each other, and I was like literally so sad. And one of them even said was just like, we have been with each other every single day since May. And then I was like, and then like the people that also coach high schoolers, we were like, what are we gonna do with ourselves? And it was like me and Joe Paul, and he's like, I've coached every day since March. I said, Joe Paul, I was in Florida in March. We started in February. I was like,
you've been on the clock. You deserve a break for a little bit.
Dude, I've been coaching every single day essentially since February.
Yeah.
That's exhausting. Like February, March, April, May, June, July. I just spent half a year coaching.
It's almost August.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You've been out here.
Been out here. I got a little tan. You know what's so funny?
A little tan.
My shoulders are like way tanner than everything else. And
because you just be out here. I'm not a tank top person. I'm a t-shirt.
I like don't even really wear the tank tops. I just roll the sleeves.
Yeah, that's true.
I roll the sleeves and I always get made fun of for my back tan line. I wish my arms were more muscular. You're like,
I know. I wish I was strong.
I have like really awkward like boulder shoulders though. Like
that's all right.
I don't know.
You be working them shoulders out.
I got this hat at the last tournament, guys.
Yeah, it's stick. And a new stick. And Kelsey bought a new stick.
I bought a new stick and I hate it. Hate it.
Do you really?
Oh
Is it the whip? What kind of stick did you get?
Dude, it's the Charlotte North whip. And I got it because I'm a huge Charlotte North fan. But it's god awful. Like it shoots and rolls down. And I thought it was just me. And then I had like a bunch of the other coaches and like even Maddie, who's one of our coaches, but also one of my good friends, like she played with it and she has the same head and she was like, your stringing's fucked up. So then I had John and Lauren were trying to fix it. And they're like, they made it like slightly better. But like, you know how hard it is me being someone who got recruited strictly off of just shooting and like does private shooting lessons? Yesterday, like if there's one thing I'm confident with, it's my shot. I literally shot yesterday like 15 feet from the net. My hips were positioned perfectly. My arms were positioned perfectly. I did the fundamentals. The ball almost domed a parent over the fence, literally missing the net. And like, I'm going to give it to me. I got a hard shot. That shit went shoo. And I was like, heads up. So sorry. And I was like, all right, I'm not shooting anymore. You know how embarrassing that was?
Yeah, that probably had to hurt.
Oh, man.
I saw now that we're talking about lacrosse and coaching, I saw a clip on either TikTok, Instagram, Reels, you know, it doesn't matter. They're the same thing basically.
Same
but
shit.
this
Different
person had done a video about how the best advice that they ever received from a coach and the best like thing that they will remember and like carry with them throughout their game as a player and now as a coach is that your shot shouldn't be the sexiest thing about you. And I thought that was really interesting because they basically talk about how like, you know, I can practice, you know, scoring behind the back goals. Like I could just do behind the back all day.
Well, you got to be an all-around player.
Exactly. But, you know, I could practice those shots. But in a game, you know, realistically, how many times am I going to do a behind the back shot? I'd rather have like two shots that I know will always hit the back of the net versus like being really good and being able to do something really flashy. So I thought that was interesting. That's really probably something I'm going to start saying to other people where it's like, that should not be the sexiest part about you. Like there are other things that you can focus on to be beautiful. Your shot doesn't need to be one of them.
That's so accurate.
Free pass or whatever. Just got to get the job done, you know?
Dude, you're so right. It's your turn to
buy.
Well,
I didn't come up with it. Somebody else did. I'm not taking credit for it, but somebody else. I'm going to start using what they came up with. But yes, I need a new stick. Here's the problem, though. I haven't bought a lacrosse stick in 10 years. I haven't bought a lacrosse stick since, like, I think honestly it might have been my sophomore year of high school that I got this stick. It might have been my freshman year. So I have an STX stick, which they still make STX sticks, but the big company now is Gate. I would say like more people use Gate sticks over
Gate
anything
is
else.
so attractive in the lacrosse world, and I'm kind of mad at me for caving because I like their
As you
shit.
wear the Gate hat.
Listen, I like their apparel and I like their hat. Don't get me wrong; they make really cool hats and they have the flashy color sticks. But I'm so loyal to String King, so loyal to String King. But continue.
Yeah, I mean, Scout, who we've talked about, um, I've used her stick in practice and at tournaments to like warm up our goalie, and I really like her stick, but she has an STS sticks. So I think that's probably what I'm gonna buy. But the problem is, I have like a black shaft on my stick, and the STX. If you buy a full STX stick, they're only white. It's like you can get a white head, white shaft. You can get yellow head, white shaft, or you could get like black head, black shaft. And I'm like, I want yellow head, black shaft. Is that ugly? Yellow head, black shaft.
No, I would do the all black.
You do the all black, but it's all black with yellow stringing. That's why I want a yellow. I would rather have a yellow head if I'm gonna have yellow stringing.
I would love that all black with yellow stringing. I think looks so tough. Little bumblebee action hides the ball. All the stringing nowadays is most of the time
Yellow.
the stringing is yellow because it hides the ball.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I'd rather have a yellow head than I don't know. I have to look. Anyways, I gotta figure it out. But I do want to buy a new stick. The other thing is they're like $300.
Yeah, mine was $290.
That's a flight. That's a round trip to Chicago. Yeah. I would know because I just did it.
Mine was it's so funny. I went there looking at the hats and I found this hat and I loved it. And I also want the preference to me, Team CT, you're fucking welcome because I got this hat and then another mom bought a hat and then like 4 of my girls all got the same hat. They said that they loved it.
There you go.
But I got the hat and I was like, how much is the hat? And she's like, 30. And then I was looking at a stick and they're like, oh, I was like, how much are the sticks? And she's like, $290. And I was like, all right. And I was talking to another athlete's mom. And I was like, oh, I wonder, like, I was like, are they cheaper online? She's like, no, what I found is that they're actually cheaper here. And I was like, really? And she was just like, really? Yeah, there's no tax. You don't have to pay for shipping. And she was like, you just get it right here. And I was like, interesting. And I looked it up. And if you get the stick, you got a free hat. So that's how I got the hat because it was free. And it was $290 flat. And if I got it online with tax and shipping and everything, it ended up being like $320, $330. And I was like, shit.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
So I caved. But it's also my favorite colors ever. It's a beautiful stick. I just need to figure out the pocket.
It is cool.
I got to get it like restrung somehow because it's awful.
We'll figure it out. But now that we've yapped, I feel that we're at a better spot to end it.
I thought we didn't end on a scandal with Canada.
I know we had to pull in our our personal stuff.
One more thing is, I think Stav and I are gonna get tattoos, and we'll probably vlog that. And then we do want to start.
I need some time. Like I can't go get a tattoo like tomorrow. I need like a couple months. To
also, comment below. Should I go blonde?
Yeah, Kels go blonde.
Not like blonde. I want to add blonde highlights. My hair kind of already has some blonde-esque to it, but I've never dyed my hair, and I like my virgin blonde hair. I mean, I like my virgin hair now.
Yeah. Your hair's not blonde. Your hair's brown now. I was about to say.
Well, it looks kind of blonde and.
Well, you've been out in the sun. You got lighter, you know.
A little sun care.
You should do. Oh, you should get like the spray.
And the spray doesn't work. I've tried.
Okay, never mind.
I don't know why that was funny, but that was funny. So yeah, I got my third holes done. I want a tattoo. I want to go blonde, but everything's fine.
Are you going through something? Are you okay?
You asked me that the other day. I think I'm fine.
You think you're good? All right.
I think I'm just like bored.
All right.
I don't know. I've always wanted to get my second and my thirds done, and I'm so happy I finally did it. I've always wanted a tattoo. I just didn't know what. I want to do something in honor of my nanny and then something of like home. But it would be small and hidden. I'm thinking on my fingers or something.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to do blonde highlights. This is the only thing holding me back from dyeing my hair. My hair is so soft, and I do nothing to it, and I do nothing to take care of it. I literally wash my hair every single day, and that's what I do. And I'm scared if I put color in it, it's not going to be feel soft anymore.
No, I think it'll still be soft. I don't think you have. I don't think like it's not going to change the. It just changes the color. It doesn't change anything else about your hair, unless you were going to like use bleach. I think it'll be all right.
I guess. All right.
All right, but that's an episode. It's a little. I feel like our energy wasn't really there, but we'll be back. It's just because we're not sitting on the couch together.